Wait. Here, hang on. I think we're. Oh yes. Oh, fine people. It is almost 5 after. Yeah, almost 5 after. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to say right off the bat. I may or may not have solved the tech problem from last week. Now, this seems to be right here the offending cable right here. I was just futzing around with this. Right. There's that. And that I think was the problem. But now listen. There are going to be a few things that you notice about. Hi, Fuzz. How you doing, brother? There can be a few things that you notice about tonight's broadcast, whether you are watching live, which, hi, how are you? Or you are watching in absentia, like my friend Jack, who was actually going to come and join us tonight, but couldn't, and here's why. I have a cold. Now, you'll notice right off the bat, I'm centered in the camera. Usually, I've got it kind of like, cockeyed, like so, because then there's another attendee who usually sits right here. Goes by the name of Lauro. Is honestly so much more attractive than I am. The beauty's all on this side of the camera, generally speaking. But tonight, you're going to get this. Oh, and all of its glory. Listen, I will be making good use. Oh, Jesus, you don't need to see that. I didn't mean to show you the business side. Oh, for God's sakes. But anyway, here, this right here, I'll put it back here where it's out of focus. I have a cold. It's going to require this every once in a while. But listen, I'm so glad that you guys are here. We missed you last week. A lot of things have happened. Most of them not great. Not gonna lie. Hi, Keith. Coming through in 1080p. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can see the fucking knuckles. You can see the hair knuckles. It's so fine. The definition so very, very fine, and the audio so crisp. You'll be able to hear every clearing of my nasal passage. And really, honestly, folks, you're not going to want to miss that. Not going to miss it. Now, I missed you guys. And here's the thing. When we don't do this show for a couple of weeks, we get what we like to refer to here on the Only Show as a backup. Oh boy, do we have a surplus of memes. Lauro has been storing them up. This is her stock and trade. Now, listen. I don't know. Now we joke a lot on this show about, we never do any prep, and we're all just, kind of playing it by the seat of our pants. I look washed out, don't I? I look terribly. I just look at my face like, wow, where is the rest of what's usually happening with me? If you're just joining us, folks, I've got a cold. That's the reason why Lauro isn't in here. There really wasn't, because we've tried to do this thing where she'll, call in from a separate location. And it's like, hi, how's it going? And there's this long pause. And then she'll start to talk, and then I'll talk over her. And it's just, nobody likes it. Really, what we're looking at ultimately is just the technology just hasn't really caught up to our ability and or inability to broadcast from separate locations. So since Lauro is intent on not getting this cold, and I don't recommend it, usually you can tell where you get the thing, right? And this was stupid on my part, but I happened to find myself in a bar watching a sporting event. Now, it's not something I do very frequently. But I'm in a bar watching a sporting event, and I'm sitting there and I'm sipping my a couple Pippity Pops, and by that, hi Christina, hi darling, and by that I mean I'm sitting at the bar, so I have nice adequate access to the bartender, so I can give me more beer, right? But it's one of those bars where there's just not a lot of circulation, right? And in years past. And by years past, I essentially mean, every year that has happened since 2020. I am just very wary of situations like that, where I'm just like, I'm not going to put myself in a place where there's just zero circulation at all. And I did. I did, and that was most certainly where I had this delightful cold. Speaking of 2020, I just heard there was somebody on the TikToks, the kids and their TikToks. You perhaps heard of it. And somebody was talking about all the stupid shit that's been happening lately. And boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. And somebody said in the comments, actually, the only explanation is that we all died in 2020 of COVID, and this is hell. So there you go. On that happy note.
Stefan and Lori. And now, here are your hosts, Stefan and Lori.
Hi, people. Hi. Oh, Christina says, let's look at some of our comments here that are coming in already. Christina says that she and Shauna are in the Mission right now. Hi, kids. Say hi to the Mission. Go by was Gordito? Farolito? Was it Farolito that had the burritos the size of a thigh, right? And oh god damn it. What the hell is it? It's right down the street from the BART station. Farolito? Was that it? Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh, life-changing burrito. So once again, I'll have a sip of a fine beverage. And we'll start the music. Once again, your boy here has a cold, and that is why he's doing the show alone tonight. In part because there's really no way for us to do this show. Laura's in the comments, as you'll see when the comments are. So she's in the comments, and I'm just, there's just no way to there's certainly no way to do it in the same room because I'm in here just flapping my gums for over an hour, and then it's just droplet soup in here. If we've learned nothing else from the pandemic, it's droplets. Let's see. So Keith is here. Hi, Shauna. So nice to see you. Keith is coming through in 1080p. Good, Keith, I hold that thought, my friend. You were saying something in the message boards, and it was related to giving something away or trying to sell something. Oh, we got a clue from that. In fact, because as I said, we've had a surplus, a plethora, if you will, of fine garden variety, fresh grown organic memes that we've grown for you here on the program. I really do look washed out. Look, I can just sort of tell. It's like, oh Jesus Christ. Now, again, the duration of tonight's program is going to depend on two things. One, my ability to get through it, and I got cold medicine rocking. The other is your ability to put up with my with certainly it's going to be lots and lots of this. Oh boy. Hi, Rapel. How you doing? Well, the M stands for mucus. Yeah, let's see. So Keith is here. Ange is feeling better. Ange got COVID. That's boo. No. Boo. Let's see, but I hope you're feeling better, kid. And Alethea is here. Hi, darling. How are you? All my friends are here. El Farolito. Yeah, that's it. The Little Lighthouse. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. So the FDT by Nipsey Hussle. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Everybody now. Yeah. All right. So listen, let's just start things off right off the bat with, I think, the question that we're all trying to get our heads around. How the fuck do we get out of this timeline? How do we get out of a timeline where the Secretary of Defense decides to assemble 800 generals, our top brass, our top military brass, and basically, it's like we read about this in history, didn't we? Meaning, it's not. You guys remember how, like, when once upon a time, the accent of fascism was always like, and you'd hear somebody speaking German or heavily accented English with a German accent, like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. All right, Mr. World War II. Now, that ain't the accent anymore. Now, you'll hear that accent in your local Walmart. Going by Doppler effect on a fucking rascal scooter loaded up with chips. Holy God. Always, the rascal scooters, always wearing like a Mickey Mouse or a Minnie Mouse sweatshirt. Inexplicable. I don't know why. Restart this timeline. I think this timeline just needs can we just plug it in? Just somebody just pull it up. By the way, I think I threw it over on I think I may have fixed the offending cable, and that explains the reason why I was just a couple minutes late tonight. I actually was searching for a replacement cable. I didn't think about it. Like last week, there's only, I only can do one thing at a time with this ADHD addled brain. And so, last week, we had a eureka moment where it's like, wow, we figured it out. We figured out what the cause of, we kept going off the air 2 weeks ago, rather. And then it's like, oh, well, finally fucking figured this thing out. And then it was like, oh, yeah. And then step 2, step 1, procure underpants. Right. Step 2, well, or in Europe, I think. Step 2 is you have to do something about the problem, fix the problem. So I think I may have, if I wind up going off the air again, well, I'll just unplug this thing. We'll figure it out. Okay, so here we go. Hi, Scotty. How you doing? Okay. How do we get out of this current timeline? Die, says kid, it's never really, it's the human condition, right? This is where we are Sisyphus. That is what we are. We are Sisyphus. More sleeping, says my wife. Unplug the current one. That's exactly right, says Rapel. Angela says, go back to burning people at the stake for believing the world is round. I don't think I told my mom that I'm on tonight. That just occurs to me. We're missing one Janice Cox. Let's see. Let's do the time warp again, says Scott. Break into the Large Hadron Collider and swap the red and black leads, or is it with the white, says Keith. Well, you got to make sure. Let's see. Adopt the metric system. Darkly, I'm going to go with our friend Alethea for die. Yeah. Oh, we're off to a splendid start, are we not, folks? Oh my goodness. So listen, Halloween's just around the corner. Oh my goodness. And Fuzz alerted me to this item here. Certainly, I don't think that there's maybe any more frightening of a costume that you can wear this year than a mask of Trump influencer Laura Loomer. There we go. Case in point. Holy God. Wow. I mean, just absolutely. It is. So I don't know if you guys have. Oops, I didn't turn the ticker off. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but so there is a before and after of this woman. She did not look like this originally. Also, yeah, yikes is right. So now this is a two-parter here. So we've got the Laura Loomer mask as something that you can go to. That's terribly frightening for Halloween. Or where's part? We can go for this. We can go with this guy right here. Oh, look, it's the red-lipped batfish. He's a terrible swimmer, so he uses his fins to walk along the ocean bed. Also, seems to sort of resemble Carol Channing, the late Carol Channing. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So anyway, back to this one though. I will just ask you straight up: what are some things that are actually more frightening than this? Things did I write this? There we go. Things more frightening than a Laura Loomer mask. Look, if I just kind of hunkered down a little bit and kind of sucking Trump's dick, I'm sure, I am absolutely sure, as I sit, as I live and breathe, those lips have touched presidential dick. I'm sure of it. Wow! Hey, we're playing the hits tonight, kids. We're playing a little hardball. How about that? Let's see. So yeah, things more frightening than a Laura Loomer mask. Now, I figure you guys are thinking about your Halloween coutillage. What am I trying to say? Accoutrement, something French. Brain's doing all right tonight. I'm surprised because really I feel that my head is stuffed with gauze. It feels that it is stuffed with gauze, and yet it seems to be operating on most cylinders. 2, 3. What's standard? I'm not a Jaguar. I don't have 12 cylinders. So, yeah, bad plastic surgery is the new thing, says Laurel. Let's see. Yeah, it really is. For some reason, I don't know what it is with all of these Trump satellite women. You see this very bad plastic surgery. Like Kristi Noem, you all saw the South Park episode, the face falling off of the meat falling off the bone, and then Laura Loomer. It just seems to be Seems to be the way that goes. Let's see. Scott Coates. Put a sombrero and a mustache on it. Yes, indeed. Pete Burns is more frightening than a Laura Loomer mask. Let's see. An MGT mask. JD Vance's tube socks. They stand up on their own. Stand at attention. Opening this fall's insurance bill. Heyo! Doc has not heard that. Ed has not heard that. Let's see what this is things more frightening than a Laura Loomer mask. We got to go with Keith for JD Vance's tube socks. Certainly. Now listen, our hip hop artists they are generally notorious for spending money in frivolous ways, right? Bengal tigers, the cars and such. But our dear Cardi B is no exception. As it turns out, Cardi B, let's see if I can pop that out of there. So Cardi B has spent $13,000 on her diamond butt crack piercing, or depending on how you read the headline, Cardi B spent $13,000 on her diamond butt crack piercing. Hey! Right? But listen, punctuation saves lives, people. Anyway, that's one way that you can spend money. Another way is this San Francisco woman who charges $30,000 to name your baby. I assume that's her there. She certainly looks like a San Francisco woman who would charge $30,000 to name your baby, doesn't she? Doesn't she, folks who are familiar with the cohort that I am speaking of? In any event, where are you spending your money these days? What are you spending your money on these days? Oh, certainly. We've all got tons of it. So, what are you spending your money on these days? Yabba dibba ding. So glad you guys are with me tonight. Boom! There you go. Oh, look at this. Now, this right here. This is a revelation, because usually, Laura will have to, and I will write, some of these clues that are sometimes a little long in the tooth, clue-wise, prompt clues, what have you, and Laura will be tasked with having to type the whole fucking thing out in real time. I'm like, why don't I turn them into banners? Oh, that's our smart little fellow. Let's see. She's going to name her baby Sucka B. Okay, so Alethea is spending her money on a bidet. Now listen, if you've ever been to Europe, I will spend more time than is probably appropriate with a properly angled jet. You know what I mean, folks? Have you ever been mellow? Have you ever tried? I have tried. I have tried so fucking hard to be mellow. This does not go mellow. This is not a mellow. My default is not mellow. But yeah, a bidet is just, it's magical. Oh my God. Lori Caldwell. And I don't like the ones where you kind of have to move your ass over to the other one when you turn on the little faucet thing and there's the washcloth. No, I want the Japanese toilet kind where it just like it squirts right on up there, and the drip dry. So the best ones have a fan. Can we get one? That's what I'm saying. It'll be the finest throne in the house. Let's see, Good's spending his money on groceries these days. For dinner, I'm sure, where your family is always very decisive about what they would like. Fish sticks tonight, perhaps? Laura Loomer masks, says Laura. 40 subscriptions to Vibe. For all my friends. Let's see. In 5 years, he turns the prompts into banners. Yeah, I know. Listen. He's on the ball. This one. Keeping the David said hi, David. Yes, I think David just won with keeping the federal government open. I love our bidet. Everyone needs a washlet. Indeed. Inflation. They also have a heated seat. Well, I think this round certainly goes to our. Costco sells the Toto Japanese style with fan for $300. What? That's a steal. Wow. Can you bundle that with anything? Firecrackers? Let's see. Alethea has a fan on hers. Very nice. Fuzz says he has got a new punk band named the Butthole Pressure Washers. David says he's sorry he's late. Listen, you show up like that, my friend. You can be late whenever you want. I feel like I can't use a bidet in other people's houses. It's too personal. A new ballroom, says Scott. Certainly. Here's a guy who's, building an $800 million ballroom for the White House, which is going to be ready in 4 years. He's not leaving. Not leaving. Let's see. So, certainly David wins this round with keeping the federal government open. Nicely done. All right, there we go. Listen, we're doing great. Oh, we're doing great on time, too, aren't we? I think we're 2 questions in. It's already fucking 25 after. Oh, my goodness. Oh, kids, won't you come along for the next prompt? And listen, Laura has been squirreling these away. Her cheeks all, distended, full of memes, which she just, regurgitate. I'm running out of metaphor runway here. It's all over. So listen, a recent study has declared that frequent ramen eaters face a higher death risk. Now listen, people, a couple things. First and foremost, I don't think they're talking about that kind of ramen. I don't think they're talking about because Japanese people live a long ass time. Every time you see, it was like, the world's oldest human, it's like some 123-year-old desiccated raisin of a person, and it's always from Japan, right? So I don't think they're talking about the proper kind of ramen. I think they're talking about, fucking if you eat 3 squares of cup noodles, then you probably are raising your death risk. I wrote this wrong. It should be, here we go. Let's just say it this way. What's raising your death risk? I don't know. I like listen, we're all going to die, right? And what's raising your death risk? Oh, it's certainly not eating ramen. I'll tell you that. What's raising your death risk? Here, can I edit this on the fly? Can I do that? Let me? What's raising your, see, look at this. Death risk. Now, come on now. Come on, people. Are you not entertained? Oh, good Lord. What's raising your death risk? Oh, my God. Actually, just living in this timeline, I think, is raising my death risk. I don't honestly... I don't know what we're meant to do during this time. Certainly there are 2 impulses. Go running naked, screaming in the streets, or just slide yourself under the bed and never come out. Just like, hi, if you need me, I'll come out never. How about that? When he's gone, however it happens, I'll come on out. Let's see. What's raising your death risk? Let's see. We're going to midnight. No sleep till Issaquah. Listen, slip me some more cold medicine, and I'll be good to go. Ice outside of my drinks, says Fuzz, is raising his death risk. Yeah, you got to put the ice in the drinks. That's where it's going to do the most good. Vodka, says Alethea. It's raising your death risk, but you're going to have, we're going to have a little fun along the way. How about that? America, says Scott. Peacefully protesting in Portland. By the way, kids, I hear tell there's a war zone, an active war zone going on outside your doors. So sorry to hear about that. As you go on dip on out for an artisanal made IPA. People watch. Government shutdown is raising Laura's death risk. Insomnia time. Reading the news, says Keith. Doom scrolling is what's doing it for me, kids. I can't. Jesus H. Christ. I don't know how to fucking... I probably just need to take it off my phones. I need to take all the scrolling apps off my phones because it's just like once you start... Am I looking for reassurance? Am I looking for somebody to come on and just definitively say, you got nothing to worry about. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know, maybe... Sleeping pills raising Laura's death risk. Removing the tags from my mattresses, says Keith. I got to give it to Ange for peacefully protesting in Portland, which, by the way, is a fine alliteration. We always reward alliteration here on the broadcast. Let's see. We've got moving along. And speaking of squirrels, so this youngster, this vicious squirrel right here, sends 2 San Rafael residents. And by the way, kids, if you're not from there, it's San Rafael. It's Vixed is how they pronounce it. Vicious squirrel sends 2 San Rafael residents to ER after neighbors report series of attacks. Now, setting aside the fact that immediately where most of our dork theater kid brains go is like, the Monty Python, run away, run away. It fucking sucks. I mean, that would have to be, first and foremost, I think for a squirrel to be that aggressive is probably rabid. Do you guys remember when we were kids, I had such a mortal fear of getting rabies, not because I was afraid of getting bitten. I had been bitten. I actually bit my fucking Doberman in my face. So that ship had sailed for me. No, it was needles. And apparently this is true. And I for the longest time I thought this is after I was out of childhood, I thought this has to be a fucking wives' tale. No. Apparently they really did give you a series of shots with long needles into your fucking stomach. Oh my God. Now listen, children's fears are not rational. They are not. However, that one seems like it makes sense, right? Anyway, oh shit. So let's see. Let's go back to our little friend here. Let's see. Name this squirrel. Give him a name. He obviously needs a name. So yeah, what's the name of the vicious San Rafael squirrel? Now, by the way, just for context, San Rafael is in Marin County, notoriously extremely white, Birkenstocked, privileged. Lots of, I think, Patagonia, and I think the two clothiers I think that most resemble Marin are Patagonia and Lululemon. It's cozy and overpriced. How about that? It's lovely. I mean, listen, for anybody who's been to Marin County, you can't knock it. I mean, it really is. It's a lovely, lovely part of the world. I miss the Bay Area. Laurel and I, of course, met in San Francisco and lived there for years and years and years, and I miss it. It's filled with a lot of like stupid tech bros now, which is a damn shame. But you just can't beat it in terms of like the weather's so lovely, and oh my God, I miss the fog. Oh, I miss that fog. Laurel and I used to be able to see Mount Sutro from our place on 27th and Dolores, and we would see the fog just gently curling in the evenings. It consistently it would. It just this rolling blanket of fog. There's something like a nice hug about San Francisco fog. Okay, so here we go. So naming the squirrel. Let's see, 25 shots in the stomach. David says, I just got a squirrel cage trap from Amazon and literally put it in my backyard today. They shred and tear up everything. Well, that sucks. I mean, it's great you got the cage, but it sucks that they're tearing up your yard. Let's see, Mr. Nuts, says Laurel. How about the 67 they put in your arms both times? I did find. Wait, is that true? For rabies, they would put 67 shots in your arms for rabies? Jesus Christ, that's insane. Rowdy Raphael terrorizes vest-wearing community. I like that. His name is Adderall. David Saltzer grilling. Oh yeah, he's gonna grill up some squirrels. Also, got to make it into a hat. You're smart. Squiggy, says Scott. Let's see. Drive it miles away and humanely let it go per the instructions. That's what David's going to do with the squirrel once he drives it. Sarah Sanders Huckabee. Sean Spicy. Oh, these are fabulous. I think I'm going to give it to Scott for Squiggy. Oh, my goodness. So those of you who are chronically online, like I unfortunately am, have likely noticed this logo floating about and wondered, the fuck is going on? This is some sort of, specifically, it's a science-based bodybuilding program. But if you look very closely, or even if you don't look very closely, it resembles something else entirely. In fact, I'm not even sure what this is meant to resemble. I have no idea. I mean, other than what it fucking appears to be. It was like, and I love the fact that the little boo-hoos, they correspond with the color. Boy, oh boy. And you get a two-hander, which is very, very nice. Very, very thoughtful, I think. So anyway, since we don't really know what's going on here, name this workout routine. Name that workout routine. Whatever it is that these presumably gentlemen are doing here, name that workout routine. Let's see what that's all about. Now, I haven't been touching this keyboard too much, but I do think by now it would have clicked off. I think, knock on wood, and this desk, this glorious desk that my parents gave me, it's like a 40s businessman desk, very solid and stolid. This desk was occupied at some point by a man in a gray flannel suit, came back from World War II, saw unspeakable things, never talked about it, and probably drank and smoked himself to death. That's who this desk belonged to. I can just tell you. Oh yeah, his name was Chet. That's a name you don't hear much anymore. Chet. Name that exercise. Let's see what this exercise is all about. Yabba dabba doo. Okay, let's see. Laura's Loomer, says Keith. Yeah. The circle jerk, says Laura. The circle jerk. Sir, it's a circle jerk, and they kind of know it. Yeah. Let's see. Demrods be live and direct, ja. Demrods be live and direct, ja. Okay, that's okay. You had to say it. You had to say it with the accent. The double dip, says Laura. Charlie Jacks, the downstroke. Get up for the downstroke. Everybody get up. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Hot Roddin, the grinder crasher. Hold on tight and repeat. Alethea. Unparallels, the bicep circle. Not for the ladies. LDS secret. Oh, these are all fabulous, fabulous answers. Yeah, I mean, I think I got to give it to Fuzz for Charlie Jacks. That's good. Oh, kids, aren't we having the fun? You-be-doo-be-doo. Let's see. Now listen, as I mentioned, Lauro spared no expense tonight on digging up the finest memes for you, for no other reason than to fucking distract us from what's going on. I feel it as a public service, honestly. I really do. I very much appreciate my wife, helping us to navigate these. They're not even uncertain times. It's just shit. It's just two handfuls of shit. But another story coming right at you here. Radioactive spice detected by FDA. I guess somebody's still working at the FDA. Somebody who believes in science because they've discovered radioactive spice. Now, of course, immediately. And I think this is probably where everybody's brains are going. If you're like my brain and Laura's brain, which Spice Girl are you? Are you radioactive spice? Which Spice Girl are you? They've discovered radioactive spice. That's her origin story. Radioactive spice. She was discovered by the FDA. Which Spice Girl are you? Beep 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 beep. Yeah, so remember when they were a thing? Girl power. It was actually very cool. I did not much care for any of their music, but they were all cute as little buttons. Oh, Baby Spice. I felt she was underrated. Ginger Spice was the one who always got all the attention, and fair enough. She was kind of the leader of the band, and Sporty Spice, Scary Sweat, Posh. She's the one who's still sort of relevant because she married David Beckham. And by the way, I heard an interview with David Beckham recently, and he kind of talks like this. And like, you don't expect a guy who looks, kind of like, Josh Brolin. Oh yes, he's got kind of voice. How are you doing? It's very pleasant to meet you. He has a very high nasally voice. You wouldn't expect it coming out of that gent's voice. Face. That face coming out of that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm lucky to be here. Honestly, I kind of rolled on in here. I slept for 3.5 hours today. That is so unlike me. But it was really nice to be able to do that, right? It's nice if you can get sleep at our age, kids. Oh wait. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this. I'm told that generally. Do it more in the microphone, Stefan. That's what they came for. That's what the people came for. I thought I was going to sneeze. If I do on the broadcast, it apparently is it is unlike the human body will not generally want to do that. If you're in any sort of performative situation, the sneeze impulse gets shut down. I don't know what it means. If I actually do manage to sneeze while I'm on the broadcast here tonight, could it mean, like, die in your sleep? Something like that. Let's see. Which Spice Girl are you? Speaker of the House Caucus Spice, says Keith. Let's see. Dune Spice, says Ange. Laura says Old Spice. You're not old. I'm older than you. How dare you? Mel B is the only Spice that I know. I was too old, says Alethea. Retiree Spice, says Ange. Pickle Spice, says Scott. File Releasers Spice. Sure, somebody needs to be. The Spice Girl that gets her butt crack pierced, says Ange. Ba-ba-boom-boom-boom. Let's see, who we going with? Well, I guess let's give it to Laura. She hasn't gotten a point yet. Old Spice. Oh, kids. I might be running out of gas here. Okay. We got a few more to go. What round are we even on? I've completely lost track. Okay, so here we go. What do we have here? I've forgotten. I've forgotten where we are here. Okay, so yes, Laura found this fine little tidbit on the internet, and when you find something on the internet, you know it's true, right? It absolutely has to be true. There's a study that apparently shows 87% of people applying onion juice to their head regrew hair in just 8 weeks, per a study published in the Journal of Dermatology. First of all, sure. Second of all, now listen, there are certain people who I consider to be the canary in the bald guy coal mine. That was a pity voice, Laura. And they go by the names Jeff Bezos and Prince William. Prince William and I have the same fucking hairline, exactly the same hairline, and I can only imagine that if there actually were a legitimate, because he did not look good. I don't look good either, but he's out on camera all the time with that, fucking history professor head of his, and apply it directly to the forehead, says Keith, exactly. It's round two, says Oh, kids. Anyway, I just figure if onion juice were actually the thing, don't you figure, first and foremost, Jeff Bezos would definitely figure out a way to make money off of that shit. And he'd be showing up with a full head of hair, is what I can imagine. But in any event, make a scientific breakthrough. Make a scientific breakthrough. What have you discovered? Does Tabasco cure thrush? Let's. What have you discovered? Magic. 101 magic uses around on the human body for super glue. Make a scientific breakthrough, won't you? Jesus. All right. There we go. Make a scientific breakthrough. Oh, he's cooking now. You almost forget that there's music in the background, constantly running in the background, until I break up my one chop. I have a single chop. That's it. You just heard it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, indeed. Hey, how about that? Oh, it's a smash hit. Smash fucking hit. Okay, so the scientific breakthrough. Boo, 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 boo. Deprogramming the MAGA brain. Oh, I wish someone would. Putting kimchi on a hot dog in Pittsburgh at 1 a.m. in 2003 before the Koji truck made food trucks and Twitter famous. Oh, yeah. Yin's going out for a kimchi dog? Did you go to Carnegie Mellon, Keith? Is that why you know that? Yeah, so honestly, yeah, the whole Koji truck, and also the bulgogi taco. Somebody had to think of that. Hot sauce hurts your butthole. I'm certain that it would. Let's see, and for reasons that are very opaque to me, the human anus butthole has more densely packed nerve endings than pretty much any place else on the body, including the fingertips. Don't you think that you would need more, when you're feeling than when you're, listen, it's not that it's not useful. I mean, you kind of want to know what's happening down there, but you don't really need to know that much. The information doesn't have to be that detailed, is what I'm saying to you right now. It's a very, very strange thing. There are lots of things on the human body that make no sense. For example, why air and food go in same hole? That seems like an accident waiting to happen, and not infrequently it does. Let's see. Bacon is actually healthy and clears plaque from the artery, says David. Oh, that's fabulous. Nobel Prize, says Keith. My dogs live forever. We tell our dog every day, you got to live forever, sweetheart. And as far as she's concerned, she will. Let's see. The Jetsons Power Pack to take the kids to school. Yes, indeed. Daughter Judy, Jane, his wife, and then she just takes his fucking money. And no, hey, no. Here, if you want, here, I'll give you some future cash, but you can take my whole fucking wallet. It's not cool. No, Keith went to Pitt. Okay, Yins went to Pitt. Right on. Let's see, as in not Penn State, no, Pitt, University of Pittsburgh. Let's see, Trump's mother was a Tylenol. Win! Oh, Scotty, nice, very nice. Trump's mother, yeah. Oh my fucking God, Jesus Christ. Okay, just a couple more rounds for us here on the fabulous broadcast tonight. And then I'm going to go in the other room and inhale some steam. I'm so glad that you guys are with us tonight, and I'm very, very sorry indeed, but to my wife, and then also to all of you, that my stupid cold, precluded having the lovely and beautiful Laurel here, because she's obviously much better to look at, certainly, than this Punim tonight. Oh God, I'm so fucking, I'm washed out. Also, what's with this? This one little thing that just refuses to go gray. If this guy, because this is actually mostly all real gray, and I kind of color it, but there's one little guy right here. It's like a boo boo boo. It's like a little comma on my face. What do it want? Why is it staying dark? Just turn gray, and then I'll let the whole fucking thing go gray. Oh, nature. All right, let's see. What's a Tylenol user? That's fabulous. Okay, yeah, just a couple more here. We have, now Laura has been, of course, as she is wont to do, scouring the giveaways and found this magical deal that you can get. Let's see, canned pink salmon, best by August 2025. That's in the past, kids. The canned pink salmon, best by August 2025. Not sure if it's still good. Highest bidder. I guess that is a pay nothing. So they're not asking anything for it. What they're really looking for is somebody who likes to live dangerously. I think is what they're looking for. So in any event, give something away on pay nothing. What are you going to give away on pay nothing? That person is giving away potentially lethal canned salmon. Give away something on pay nothing. Yabba dabba doo. Give away something on pay nothing, won't you? Oh, we have plenty of extra whatever lying around. I shit you not, and I know I've talked about this ad infinitum. We have so much shit. We just have so much shit. Every time I open a drawer, I instinctively want to pull the door, just pull it, open the door, and continue to pull the drawer all the way out. Find the local nearest trash receptacle and empty it into the trash receptacle. Put the empty drawer back in and go, yes, indeed. My work here is done. I'll sleep better. I don't know. Listen, I was raised by two parents who were pretty obsessively organized, and I think the reason that my mom tends to be very organized is because she has a lot of shit. So she's not about giving the stuff away. She's about finding Tetris-like space for everything in her collection. Me, I'd rather just clear it all out. Give something away. Hi, Ripple. Let's see, smoked heroin and Adderall blunts. Apparently is what Trump's mother did, according to Fuzz. Why not try to return it to Costco? They do have a very liberal return policy, Rapel. 20 partially scratched lottery tickets to give someone false hope. Gifting one rabid squirrel, says Laurel. Fashion Steve. We need pics. We still need photos, Scott. I have a feeling that thing wound up at the fucking Alexandria dump a long time ago. Like he says, true story, I couldn't give away 2 whole IKEA bookcases, but I listed them for $20, and a lady came to take them away not 3 hours after I made the marketplace listing. There is, actually, and I remember reading about this in psychology class, where they would do a double-blind study where they'd have some students come along. It's like, well, you go and see this band, it costs $2, and they go and see the band, and it's like, and then they're like, okay, you got to go and see this band next weekend, but it costs $35, and this is back in the fucking 80s. $35 was some scratch, right? And invariably, the people who went to go see the band, the same band, same performance, but paid substantially more, were like, yeah, that band was pretty good. And I think they did something like the band was kind of, not great. They were intentionally not a great band. The people who paid $2 were like, what the fuck was that? And the people who paid $30 was, well, they had a couple good moments. You get a little more invested. Human nature, the more you know. Let's see. Cash and Pete's dildo collection. Cash and Pete's dildo collection. Cash and Pete's dildo collection. Bonnie's monopoly on expired meat. Yes, she does. Honestly, Bonnie's going to come and whack you if you try and elbow in on her business. We haven't heard from old Bonnets in a while. Let's see, 1,000-piece puzzle, but with 1 piece missing. Oh, that would be so frustrating. Decency is Andrew's going to give that away on Pay Nothing. Very adored green couch has seen lots of love. Hey. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna give this to Rapel for 20 partially scratched lottery tickets. Oh, kids, and listen, I think we're on to our final round here. As I said, it didn't have a ton of gas on the tank, and this one's just a sort of a freestyle. Yay, free time! Now I can finally get around to blank. Yay! Finally got some free time. Now I can finally get around to blank. Okay, kids, final round. Final round here on the fabulous. Did I forget? No, I got that one. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's been keeping track of who got the most points here. But if anybody is an outright winner, if anybody's been keeping track, we do have socks to give away, as per usual. Mm-hmm. Yay, free time. Now I can finally blank. Rapel says, finish scratching those 20 partially scratched tickets. I sure hope I win. Yeah, indeed. Oh, kids. Honestly, I hope next week is better. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be. And I don't know where this. Yeah. I honestly. I think I mentioned this as a metaphor, allegory, simile, a couple weeks ago. I don't like roller coasters at all, and you just feel like it's going up, and gruggity, and you're just about to hit that horrible feeling on the other end. So what are we gonna do? I mean, it's not like we're gonna leave. Thinking about leaving, but we can't leave. I mean, it's like everything is our fucking. We're not gonna leave. So I don't know. Do what we're gonna do. Let's see. Free time. Now I can finally get around to giving away all my expired meat, says my wife. Doom scrolling. Keith, honestly, my brother, we got to break the habit. I don't know how. I can't seem to stop myself from doom scrolling. My honeydew list, says Scott. Yay. Honing and perfecting my procrastination skill set. You'll get around to it eventually, David. Donating Bonnie's beef to the ice cause. Yeah, that'd be good. Getting all those giveaway dildos. Praying a husband comes home. Listen, Alethea, my mom didn't make it tonight, so you're making the dildo jokes in her stead. I appreciate that. Eating pink salmon. It's calling my name. Googling about the evolution of butthole nerve endings. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, somebody, somebody observed it. I wouldn't have this information if some intrepid scientist hadn't come along and just I don't know. Do you take a cadaver and slice one out and just kind of do like some some cross sample slices, put it under a microscope? So, wow! Look at all the nerve endings in this bottle. Science. Using my phone for calling people? Nah, I'll just text them, Ray. It's always a good idea. Yeah, nobody likes a phone call. Watching that last episode of Silver Spoons. What happens? Was it like MASH? Was it like the end of MASH? Oh, kids, I definitely have to give this last one to Ange for Googling about the evolution of butthole nerve endings. And finally get around to that. Oh, I don't know if anybody kept score. If anybody did, well, you might actually win some socks. I didn't keep score. But kids, this has been absolutely delightful. As I say, I'm going to go inhale some steam and if you weren't around at the beginning of the show tonight, and if you were, I'm so sorry. I was saying I have a cold, and I said I'm going to be using a lot of this tonight, and I held it up like this, and it was the business end. And I'm like, why did I do that? Oh my God. I'm sure people were just like, oh. Hey, pal, we just ate. What the hell? Ange and Scott are tied. Well, we're not going to have a tiebreaker. You both win. How about that? But hang on, bub. Hey, congratulations to Scott and Ange, tonight's co-winners. Oh boy, share that gold and share some socks if you want them. I know it's up to y'all. Lauro will reach out if you guys want some socks. But kids, this has been delightful. Thank you for putting up with my phlegm-filled self this evening. Back next week with another one of those block rockin' beats with 100% more Lauro and ideally 100% less cold. I love you, kids. We will see you guys next time. Keep this filling up that fucking stream. I love on Facebook Messenger. It's really the only thing that I like on Facebook anymore is going there and checking out who's posting funny shit there. But as per usual, I will just say these are insane times. I just love you all, and thank you so much for kind of being a part of our lives. It really is keep. Oh, Ray tried. It says better thanks as always. Oh, my Eric and Kathy tied. Where were Eric and Kathy tonight? Anyway, I sincerely love all you people, and thanks for making this time that we have to endure right now a little more bearable. Love you all, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.